I think this is working properly, and I would be happy if it's working properly because I have not done YouTube Live in a while. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. I was not planning on doing this live video today at all. I wasn't planning on doing a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra review anytime soon, but something happened, and I think it's easier to show you what happened, or I guess what I'm experiencing in relation to my device. The Selfie Cam is problematic. Do you see the difference there? Do you see how, like, there's a yellow cast on most of the image, no matter what? Like, you know, you can go to photo, you can go to video, third-party apps, first-party apps, doesn't matter. The Selfie Cam, or the sensor, is having a problem. A big problem, a huge problem, as in it's faulty. And I didn't do anything, didn't drop it or anything like that. I've only had the device, you know, for the past few days. I did the whole showcase when I first got it the other day. Normally I would do this on Twitch, but given that I'll be doing Twitch again tonight, and yes, I'll probably be talking about this issue then, hopefully I won't be more frustrated than I already am. And let me tell you, I've lost an entire day working through this problem. And I don't just mean, you know, trying to find other people who've had the same issue. They do. Those people exist. Other people have this specific problem with their Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. The Selfie Cam is faulty. Doesn't matter if you do a factory reset, third-party apps, all output is just tinted yellow. It's not just it's what you see on the screen. The actual output itself is problematic, meaning that it has to be replaced. The challenge is, it's such a new device that the parts don't yet exist in repair centers to be replaced. And Samsung does not have enough replacement parts on hand, or full-on replacement devices on hand to replace it. So I've been going through the maze of Samsung customer service, starting this morning when I realized I'm having an issue. I accidentally toggled the Selfie Cam, and that's when I first noticed it. And did the research, found that other people had it. And immediately just started to figure out what I needed to do. In thinking through logically how to get this done, how to get a replacement, it wasn't an option. It was just return. That's the only thing you can do. Easily. You can return. That's it. And then when it comes to trying to get support for it, they send you 13 different directions, whether it's on the website or whether it's through the phone. Because they've got, like, I don't know how many phone numbers. I can't even tell you how many I've dialed. I know I've dialed and called in at least 9 different times today. A weekend day. I've completely lost. I've shot a weekend day because of a problem. Here's the problem. The problem is I bought a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. That's the first problem. The second problem is I returned, as part of the promotion, the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. And by the way, the difference between the two, negligible. Like if you're sitting on an S21 Ultra and you're thinking about the S22 Ultra, maybe you want to use the stylus. It's kind of better. I'd sit here and say, oh, the cameras are so much better, but are they? Because my Selfie Cam would beg to differ. It has been an absolute catastrophe. It's so disorganized. It's so disconnected. It's impossible. This was one of my biggest concerns about dealing with companies and these products where you can't actually physically walk into a store. You can't. I mean, they've got third-party vendors, but they're not prepared, especially for a new device. And I tried. I walked in. And I said, hey, do you have... we don't have those parts. And Samsung's like, we don't have a replacement. But you can send in your phone that you bought, and then we'll put you in the queue to get a new one. But wait a minute. I don't have another phone to necessarily replace the one that I'm using now. Why would I... I mean, their backup and restore system software is a catastrophe to begin with. So I don't trust that. Trust me. Does Samsung's backup restore? Not good. Their customer service is proving to be around and around and around and around and around and around and around in circles and phone calls. Now, the nice thing about their phone system, and I trust me, I've gotten to know it pretty well today, their customer service, by the way, is very much a part of the device experience. Like, if you just sit there and think, oh, it's all about the hardware, and it's faster and specs. No. Software is a part of it, and that's okay. But the service, the customer service, when things aren't a problem, it's not a problem. But when you've got a problem, there's a problem. And when that problem is not a problem that you caused, I'm not talking about dropping the device, shattering the screen. I'm talking about a factory, like a defect here, and not being the only one to have it. And I don't think any of the reviewers brought this up. I don't think they experienced it, and I don't think any of the Android websites have even discussed this at all. This must be a new thing, but I'm running into it head on, and it's frustrating because I know what I need. I need the replacement. And I know what I'm not wanting to do, that is to send in this device without a replacement in hand. Like when I'm able to get things transferred over to the new device and it's fine, great, then I'm ready. Then I'll send in the old device. But I'm not going to send in the old device with a question mark of when the replacement's going to come. Because I know, because Samsung's backup and restore experience is so bad that I don't want to gamble on it. So this has got my entire perspective on Samsung completely tinted, if you will, much like the selfie camera is tinted on this particular device. I don't know if this is the last Samsung experience that I care to have, because it's just like, dude, this is it? And apparently I'm not the only one who's had problems with customer service in Samsung. Around and around. This phone call, that phone call. Well, here, I'm going to transfer you over here. I'm like, don't transfer me. Because the moment I get transferred, I'm going to get jumped into a queue for another hour. Who am I getting transferred directly to? Do they have the ticket on hand? Because apparently I got 2 tickets. One ticket was created by one division, another ticket by another division, and that other division doesn't have the information that they need. So I keep getting asked the same questions over and over and over and over and over again. That's my review of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. It's not the actual physical thing here, apart from the problematic sensor that Samsung just doesn't know what to do with. Apart from, well, you send it back, we'll take a look at it. I'm like, you send me a different one, like send me a new one. Then I'll transfer things over, make sure everything's good, wipe it, and do all that, and then send you the faulty device. Especially with a huge question mark, just like, we don't know, we don't have it, we don't know. Well, who does? If you don't know, who does? That's the company I want to talk to. So, yeah, if only I felt as good about other software experiences, because ultimately you're gonna make a compromise. I don't think I can flip back to the iPhone. I had to use it for something else the other day. And I use it every night on Twitch anyway as a separate camera, a secondary camera. I even turned on the Pixel to try the new beta of the Android 12L. Is that what they're calling it? And the Pixel's software quality control took a left turn too. Oh my God! Don't even get me started about that fingerprint sensor. I don't even know if it exists. Like in the Pixel 6 Pro, it probably does on paper, but it doesn't work very well. Like 25% failure rate, not exactly something you want to brag about. And then the software experience on the Pixel is just took a step backwards. But now I'm like, do I compromise and go with the Pixel? Do I really compromise and go back to an iOS device? Because I'm just like, I'm within a 2-week return window after using a Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra for a year. And I'm even thinking, well, you know what? If this is how they're handling customer service with this issue, I feel like I'm on my own. Like it's an all or nothing. No, you send it back. Otherwise, sorry, the 2 weeks are going to expire. It's an all or nothing. And I'm like, why are you making me do this? Like, this is not my problem. You've made it my problem. So now I'm taking that matter into my own hands. I'm like, well, do I just say, send this back? Send back the tablet? And compromise in a way that I really don't want to compromise? Well, when it comes to customer service, that's how important it is. And I'm not saying that the customer service agents aren't listening. They are. They're being very attentive. It's not the customer service issue or person, the people. They're not the problem. And I've told some of them that because they could sense my frustration in my voice after explaining the problem and giving them information over and over and over and over and over again. It's not the problem. The problem isn't, it's not even a matter of inconvenience. It's a matter of an incompetent customer service system. That's the problem. The device itself, it's fast, it's ample. I generally like the software experience. I think when you look past the compromises, like I said, the backup and restore from Samsung, but once you get things going, it's generally okay. But now my big question is, what happens when something else goes wrong? What then? Where will I be? Do I duck out now? Do I cut my losses, so to speak? Yeah, that's my review of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. I'm sure it's fine for most people. I don't care. I mean, I care that you're having a good time, but I don't care. Like, if I was you, I'd have different problems. And see, I can't be you to have all my problems solved. So yours might be fine. I know of other people who have the same problem with the selfie cam sensor. At least one other person has documented it. That's how I found out it wasn't just me. We have the problem, and now we've got the problem of dealing with Samsung's customer service. So it's been a nightmare. I've lost an entire day, and I've been nothing but frustrated. Not by the people. They were very attentive. They followed the script. They did everything they needed, checked all the boxes, I'm sure. But just the maze, they just kept throwing me around and I called this. I called that number. I'm trying to... Well, we can't really handle that here. We got to pass you over there. Okay, fine. Are you going to pass me to the person who can tell me this is what we're going to do? Talk to orders. I did talk to orders. Well, this is more technical support. Is it? Is it technical support or is it orders? Which is it? You tell me. That's my review of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and for all intents and purposes, also my review of the Tab S8 Ultra, which I've also been using, and I'm afraid that something is going to go wrong with it. So there you go. Again, so if you missed the, I'm shooting this live, right? There's the yellow tint. It's more dramatic. You can see it's like a bluer hue here because the white balance on the camera itself is different. Give me a second. Let me dim it just a tiny bit. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, you can kind of see it. It's bluer on this side, but it's all a yellow cast. There's no other way of showing it. Let me, I can pop open a third-party app here. Open Camera I use too. So it's different. It's got a different crop, but you can see it close to the top. Yeah. So that's the problem I have. Hardware problem. I'm sure Samsung wants to get to the bottom of this. I'm confident. I'm confident they do. I'm confident they want it back. I'm confident. That's not the problem. The problem is I don't have something... Give me another one of these. I'll do the transfer, wipe this, and then send it back. That's it. Done. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's it. It does not require a day of my life. But what it does is seriously call into question future decisions that I make, and maybe even immediate decisions. So I'll be live again on Twitch tonight to talk about this, commiserating with other people. And again, I'm sure you never had a problem. Great. Good luck if you do. Good luck. More power to you. Because you go around and around and around and around and around and around and around, and maybe you'll get a resolution. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Maybe it'll be a not all or nothing for you. But for me, it seems to be an all or nothing thing. So, yeah. I am looking at chat here live, and yeah, the problem is, again, I sent in my old device, so I can't easily switch back to the old device. I have others, though. So the question is okay, do I switch to the other? I can. I don't think Samsung wants to hear it, but honestly, it's a question of what's going to happen when I run into another problem. When I run into another problem. If you don't think that factors into a device review, when things work fine, but when they don't, watch out. You don't know how deep the cracks can go until you fall through one of them. That's where I am right now, so I've got no resolution at this point. I've been updating on Twitter, of course, because I'm tweeting every day. I'll be talking about it later on Twitch as well. So at this point, I've said everything I needed to say in this particular review. That's just the way it is. That's the facts of life. If you don't like it, I don't care, because this is just the experience that I've gone through. And if you can see the output more clearly in the tweets. I'll have to link them in the video description. So